Searching podcasts for Dave, and one more time.
You didn't see LaFours out there, did you? LaFours? No. Good. For a moment there, I thought we were in trouble.
And 3.
Number 2.
1. There you go. Again.
That's right. Yeah. No
America?
matter where here is, we're here.
America, you're welcome. Road trip.
The road trip. Just outside of Birmingham, Alabama, because my son graduated yesterday from the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa, a place that doesn't have a lot of places to stay.
Doesn't have a lot of places to stay. Well, speaking of which, even though you are on the road, he is still who he is. I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
And this is David Juan.
More time.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you kindly. It's a Juan is on location in
That's right.
In an old house.
Old house. It's built in 1930. So kind of neat. It's got the original lock on the bathroom door, a bent nail.
Which means it's not a lock.
Right. You just slide that nail down and go for it. But it's cool. It's really a nice house. In a neighborhood that you could tell must have all been built at the same time because they've all got the exact same bricks.
Nice.
And it's got my dad's with us, so it's got a porch on the front of the house, like a closed-in porch. So he gets to sit on that swing and have his coffee in the morning.
Did you pack the beers? Did you pack the beers?
I didn't, but we'll take care of that.
Okay, take care of Pops, man.
We do that at dinner.
That's right.
He was fussing this morning because he gets up earlier than me, but so I go out there and he's watching the guy across the street, who for whatever reason he said this guy just must love working on his car because he's just been sitting in his car. He said, but I don't know why he just ought to get out of his car and clean his yard. So,
it's like those Progressive commercials, right? When you start, I'm going to be there too. You start becoming. There you go, man. He's in a new area. He's right. What town are you in?
It's Birmingham.
You're in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And just sit out here and tighten everybody up.
Yeah. We're analyzing the types of tires that make the most noise on the road because we're kind of close to the road. And
good to be alive, bro. Good.
That's great. It's a great time, man.
Good to be alive. I did that years ago. I took my mom and dad on we did a family vacation. The boys were pretty young, to Naples. I just wanted to be, why not? And Naples was a really nice, had really nice condo, 6 floors, a 6th floor building. We were on the top, had a nice balcony, right, to look out. My dad, and we were walking distance from the beach, right? There's a beach right there. Well, I don't think he touched sand once, unless it was stuff we brought back. He did not want to. He was not a beach guy, but man, he brought his binoculars and look. And he wasn't looking at the beach. It wasn't like he was looking at the stuff you would want to be looking like.
Yeah,
right?
Nothing like I would look.
Oh, he's looking down at the pool saying, and like like almost like a private detective. He can tell you what everybody was doing, what they were. I'm like,
they shouldn't have been doing.
I remember telling him, I don't know. That's a good idea. We can get me in trouble. I know you're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah. Who's this old guy with binoculars?
Yeah, exactly. Who's that guy with binoculars on the 6th floor? That's, I don't think
down at the pool.
I don't think he took notes, but he just had it all as, oh, you should see what that guy did. You wouldn't believe what this guy did. So let me hear you, tease. He's on vacation, as you should be. But so yeah, you're doing that. You checking out. You got any relics in that house that you?
I showed you. Well, I got this. This is a nice little cake batter beater.
Is that like? Do you think that's authentic old, or is that hipster old, you know, that
I think it is authentic. It's probably here for hipster old. But oddly, my dad has one just like this, and it ain't hipster old. And look, I showed you. I remember. I think my grandparents had.
everybody had that.
The little yellow kitchen stool. That's a step ladder.
That's even the right color.
Yeah.
That's the color of everything. That was back in the, and I'm sure, you know, the toilets and the laboratories, and you know, it's those right, those colors that everybody thought at the time was, man, this is modern. This is nice.
It's the whole thing. And again, we drove up Thursday and we left. I work across the river from Baton Rouge, so they just picked me up there and we left from there, which ended up, we didn't get on the interstate until like Marion, Mississippi. So we had quite a few hours of just cutting through, or just, you know, hill country, not hill country, but just what is hilly for Baton Rouge. And it's fun with my dad because, you know, he notices how many trees there are and, you know, how straight the pine trees are. Joey got a new car. We got a new car a couple of months ago. Nothing fancy, but it's got a lot of the driver assist technology in it, which, so I don't drive the car often, hardly at all, but so I'm driving it. And the driver assist crap is like having another wife, where if you don't hit you don't turn the blinker on when you're changing lanes, it jerks you, or flashes.
It actually fights you. Yes.
Right.
That's a great that's a great line though. The driver assist is like having another wife in the car. That's good.
Right. But it fights you. I'm driving, it's, you know, through a thunderstorm that's full of wind and pouring down rain. And it's like, I don't need the thing to jerk me. I'm getting jerked enough here.
That's when you just let go of the wheel and say, you do it.
Right. And I don't care enough about the technology, you know, to learn about the technology. I've just reached that age. It is what it is. I'm sure it's pretty simple to turn off. I just can't figure it out.
I'd be afraid that I'm gonna turn something off. I got stuff on my car. My car is like 3 years old, 4 years old. I promise you, there are still things on that vehicle that I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, my big thing is don't hit any, don't touch that.
Right. This thing, it's got like, I realized that the brights come on automatically and go off automatically. Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, that's weirding me out. I don't know. But then the other
I don't think
side
mine
of
does
that,
that. I don't think mine does that.
My dad is, he's riding shotgun, and is mesmerized by the GPS on the screen. And when I tell you, if we could have put weather radar on that thing, that man could have stayed in that car forever. This would have just been, like to see where you're going and where the rain's coming from.
Oh man,
that's nirvana.
Oh, that's an idea. I'm sure there's got to be an app somewhere that does that. Because that's a great idea. I mean, hey, interview. So just, tag that. That's a Dave and Juan original right there. I mean, that would be cool. Driving, I'm sure. That's Tesla probably have it already. There's the map. There's of course, it might cause people I'm going to drive around the clouds,
Yeah, because trust me, I'm pulling up the radar on my phone while I'm doing it just to, because I like to see where the rain is. But I just thought, for him, it would have, he loved it.
Yeah, well, there you go, man. So just whenever your dad's bored, just take him for a ride in the
She said, I hate those phones, but that's a good thing about it.
We have all this on so one of our cars that my son has, so my wife's older car, it's a Toyota Highlander, and it's got the and at the time it's like anything else, right? You get something and that's the state of the art at the time, and it's got a pretty good map, but it's got, we ain't ever updated the
that's the whole thing,
that disc, I think that's the kind. I think today you can do it. The cars are sophisticated enough that you can download, and some of them I think naturally download it, right?
I think it's called Apple Play.
Yeah, we have that.
Where what that is, it connects Bluetooth through your phone,
right?
So it's basically pulling the whatever mapping program you use.
Yeah.
It just so it's automatically updated that way.
But yeah, you drive, especially we live in an area that they built all kinds of new neighborhoods and roads around here in the past 5, 6, 7 years. So, and the car is, I think, 10 years old. So
Yeah.
it's kind of funny. Now you look at the map every now and then, and apparently we in the middle of nowhere. I'm in space, you know, but
the car we traded in had that kind of where you had the little disc that you had to update, and this I had
was
no
that the
idea how to
one that was
update
that the one that you refused to change the oil on?
Yeah, not me.
Not you. All right.
My wife. Yeah, that was the one. So
She mistakenly thought you were going to do it. Well, change the oil on this one when you have the opportunity to do it, right?
Don't you worry. That one was only 3 years old, and we got rid of it because when we changed the motor, there were little
Man.
all the little electronic things, that didn't affect the car's ability to work, but it just became an annoyance because you couldn't change the display on the dashboard.
Technology gets you. So it's kind of one of those things. We joked before about our parents when we were, college age or after, when we were still in the house. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And your mom never went to bed, or she went to bed. She might have gone to sleep, but you never slept good. Never slept
you
good
got home
until everybody that's supposed to be home tonight is home tonight. I got that gene from my mom. I'm that way. If you're staying somewhere else, all right, you're staying somewhere else. But if you're supposed to be home, and I'll fall asleep and I wake up, and so my son went to somebody's birthday party in Houston. Again, not not that far away, miles.
Yeah.
But it's city Friday.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I fall asleep, and us guys, you up every couple hours or so, and I'm at 2:30 in the morning. Right. I didn't hear the alarm. You know what I'm saying? You wake up, realize, and then you do the inventory in your head. Oh, let me see. I'll pull out my phone, pull out and he's still in Houston. So I just text, you sleeping there? I'm just like kind of hoping he says yes. Right. Just like before he left. Yeah, just go stay at somebody's apartment. Stay.
Yeah.
Just oh no, the party just went long. We're gonna be I'm leaving right now. So all right. Fall asleep. 10 minutes later, I wake up. 15 minutes later, I wake up. Let's see if he actually left. Or, because I'm like, it's 3 a.m. Like, oh, it's close to 3. Man, go just stay. And then I just see he's on the interstate, but not moving. Right. Now, what do you start thinking? Right.
So he broken down.
And you give it some time.
Or in a wreck.
Look exactly. It's like, man, near 3 o'clock in the morning, he's on the interstate. And then, so I just waited.
Not likely a traffic jam at 3.
What it is, 100%. Dude, this is Houston. They're 610, 59. They've been working. So, I'm watching, and I don't want to call because it's like,
you want to show him that really who you are.
Oh, I don't care. Oh, he knows, man. They know. You can some of these things you can take the alerts off, but you can get alerts for all kinds of stuff. I mean, my wife has her phone set for like our Ring doorbell. It's always going off when somebody comes in. That would drive me crazy.
Yeah.
If you're at my house, I don't care. Right. But, and then maybe 10 minutes goes by and I see a slow movement every now and then, okay, I'm going. And then he's somewhere else. Like not even, that's when I called when it's like, man, where are you going? Like you start playing that game. You've been carjacked. I mean, what are you doing at almost 3 o'clock in the morning? And it was a big old detour, and I was like, okay, maybe I didn't coach him on that. It's like, you might want to check your maps before you leave, bro. Cause I promise you, there are 10 different ways to get home from wherever you were in the Houston area. And you chose the one that, we're going to close down the major interstate. And, and to me, I always tell, I mean, maybe it's just.
See, I don't know. My mom was like that, where it was, are you frozen? Am I frozen?
Yeah, you are. I can hear your voice, but it's a great headshot you got going right now. It's it's like
you're locked.
Oh, I'm locked too.
Here.
Oh man, come on. Are we gonna have to play that game again? Talking out technical difficulties in front of everybody. All right. Wait, you moved, you blinked.
You froze on mine. So.
I didn't. I don't feel torty. I didn't. But anyway, so there you go.
All right.
What is it with the Wi-Fi?
I've never. Hey, I don't know, dude. It's what's the Wi-Fi here? Little boat 67. The password if ever you want to come to his house.
Is it?
But no, my mom, I had to wake her up when I got home. And I don't know why. I guess just over time I've learned to
Yeah.
just deal with that, and I go to sleep.
Yeah. No,
But it's mine. I would be the same way. It's like, are you sleeping there? I don't know. It's like, well, it's
that's
3
the
in the morning.
worst.
How about you freaking decide?
No, yeah, I don't. Maybe we were that way. I don't remember. I always thought I had kind of had a plan. Like, yeah, I'm either gonna stay there or it's not. Yeah, that's the work.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
because if I was sleeping somewhere, you had to go find a payphone to call and expect to get reamed when they answered the phone.
Well, and then it's doing the coaching part, telling him, okay, just understand something. And I'm assuming, you got to trust, okay, that you're not drinking, you're saying you're not getting on the road. But I'm telling him, as it gets later or earlier in the morning, as you would look at it, dude, the percentage of people out there who are, not, and if I'm a cop, that's
right. That's the golden hour right there.
Right. That's my thing is like, man, here's a good idea. Don't be speeding at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
But
can't blame it on somebody else.
Yeah. I got cut off. Well, in Houston, you probably can. When I drove home the other day at 2:30 in the morning, there's traffic out there. I'm like, what the heck? You kind of want to be like, what are you doing? I know what I'm doing. I'm miserable. I got stuck in an airport. What do you do? Like, why are you here?
Could be traveling then, so you don't have to get stuck in traffic later.
How good was that party? Really? You should have just stayed. But so congratulations on that. So your son's
graduating. Yeah.
He's a gadget.
Interviews. Yep.
That's nice.
Interviews are weird now, and you'll get into this soon. A lot of them start off with just a solo video where you've got to video your own interview. They don't send it to you in advance. You get 3 questions question will pop up on your screen.
Okay.
You have 30 seconds to ponder your answer, and then 3 minutes to pontificate in monologue fashion.
Really?
Yeah. So he's had a lot of the first rounds are those, which to me is weird.
Not like in the old days with us. It's like who's your mom, who's your daddy, who you know, My Uncle Ted said to come talk to you.
Yeah, it's
said you were hiring.
Yeah, I'm looking, bro. What you need?
I'm waiting for the Gazette to come out on Thursday so I can see what's what's available, man.
Thursdays and Sundays, man, the big day to look for a job.
Well, there you go. So good luck to that, man.
Yeah. Hoping to have paid rent for the last time.
Well, that'd be nice too. That'd be nice too. But you're in an older. I actually slept in a place older than the one you're in right now. This past week, and I was in Charleston, South Carolina. Right. Pretty city. It is beautiful. It's nice. It's actually I had been there last year for something totally unrelated and different organization that I was working with, and I saw some of the city, but not all of it. I saw a lot more of it this time, and stayed at this place. I had to find. I knew I had the card in front of me. The Francis Marion Hotel. Okay, so this place
was Francis Marion a person?
I don't know. I didn't do a deep dive. I know it's a 98-year-old hotel. Okay, it's I didn't know this until I got there. So I'm staying, this place, and it's apparently one of the more haunted hotels.
Nice.
Okay.
No, man,
I don't know. I mean, look, I'm that way. I respect anybody's, but it's so because they do ghost tours of Charleston and everything, and so apparently this hotel is known to be one of the more haunted. So, and look, part of it's, it's old, it's nice, but it's right. Look, you could film a movie in the hallways. Like the hallways look haunted just because that's everything that old looks haunted. you know, and I was kidding with the group I spoke to. I said, when I got up there, I said, you know, I love being in these old places. Just two things always throw me off. And I just always asked, you know, pretty big group. I said, anybody else walking around this place? And all of a sudden you realize you're sort of like walking up and then walking down. And then, because, you know, over time, I guess stuff settles. The floors
Settles.
yeah, your bathroom and in your rooms a little bit. And this one was weird. The bathroom kind of, it was almost like a little step up. Not intentional. It's like, I guess over time stuff shifted, and I said, that's not a good design. I mean, the bathrooms are supposed to, right? Things should flow into the bathroom, not out of the bathroom. So I was already apologizing to anybody on the 9th floor if, you know, if I happen to clog my toilet. But then the elevators. Now I know the elevators have been updated, but something about old hotel elevators, man, you just
slow.
Oh, well, they're slow, and you get on elevators all the time, and you're not really interested in reading that maintenance sign. Well, man, you want these elevators?
1941.
When was the last time this thing? And that and the gap. There's a bigger gap leaving the elevator and getting to the floor than there should be. You like
right. You can observe the elevator shaft.
There's
know what an elevator shaft looks like.
There's a discomforting gap, right? It's not like you're gonna you're not gonna lose a baby down that gap. But man, you can lose
but a lady could lose a heel.
Oh, lose a heel. Don't drop your phone. You drop your phone, it's going back to 1932, bro. I mean, you ain't getting it. So, but again, pretty hotel. So it is what it is. And
but did you experience any ghosts?
Man, look, here's what happens. Now no. So I personally didn't. But so while I'm there, and I was already finished speaking, and I was in a side room that was still, you could hear it was there were speakers in there. I could hear what was going on, but I was having to talk to somebody else. And this guy who spoke a couple after me said, he started talking about, hey, you know, I don't know if you guys looked at this, the haunted blah, 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 the hotel. And he says, any of you staying on the 10th floor? Now I'm in the other room, right? So I'm not, I was staying on the 10th floor. And so I didn't hear what he said, right? And it wasn't until later that I asked somebody else to say, what's the deal with the 10th floor? I said, oh man. He said, if you said room 1010.
That's why they wrote red room on the walls.
Listen, he said room 1010. And I was in 1023. Which was probably, man, maybe 40 feet. So because you walk anyway, and it's this room at the end of the hallway, and it's bizarre when you turn into the hallway, and long way here, long way there, and it's just there. It's like, you know, a lot of hotels, like at the end of the hallway, there's a door, like there's a room right there. 1010. And my buddy, the guy I was hanging out with for a couple of days, he was in 1014, I think. So the story on 1010, and I forget the guy's name. I think it was Ned or something. I don't know. Because you can read the story about what happened. Apparently this guy came from wherever he was out of state, fell in love with somebody, found out that she was not, I don't know. I don't know what the lover's story was, but this dude apparently, you know, didn't, you know, he lost, he jumped out the window, right? So this dude jumped out the window of 1010, you know, met his demise.
What you won't do, you do for love.
On the sidewalk of outside the Marion Hotel back, however long ago. And well, he's apparently one of the people that haunt this place now. And
still trying to find that woman.
And look, so as soon as I heard that, I'm like, well, and I was kind of joking, but people were telling that story in the group I was with. I'm like, man, this hotel is 98 years old. You know how many people died in this place? I mean, they're telling,
like he's the only one.
Yeah, they're telling stories. They probably had somebody die of, you know, they probably had some meth people die. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably at least
10 people died from COVID in there.
Man, there's a long list of we just don't tell stories on them. But so I'm getting ready to leave, and it's funny, you hear that and you kind of show a little respect for the room. I'm like, oh, I ain't going on. And they let people stay there every now and then, right? So as I'm leaving, I look over at there's somebody cleaning the room. So I'm like, oh. So, you know, what do you call them? You can't call them maids anymore. The room attendant.
Cleaning people.
Cleaning people, yeah, right. And nice lady, older lady. And I was like, hey, that's 1010, right? That's the, she said, yeah. I said, you know, they're telling stories about that. She goes, yeah. I said, is it true? I said, do you ever experience? She looked at me and said, oh, yeah. I said, wait, whoa, what? I said, she said, oh yeah, there's things that go on. I'm like, come on, give me one. He says, well, I've been in there sometimes and I'm making the bed and I get it about made and I look up and there's an impression like somebody's sitting on it. And I went, I'd go running down the hall, bro. I wouldn't even come back from my last check. I'd be, man, if I'm in a room by myself making the bed and there's all of a sudden there's an impression on the bed like somebody's sitting on it, gone.
Yeah, I don't.
And then she said, go up to the 12th floor. On the 12th floor, there's apparently there's a 12-year-old girl that whatever. They said you can feel somebody run by you and hear footsteps on the 12th floor. Now, I don't know, man. I didn't go to.
I'm good. Yeah, take your word for it.
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm not going to the 12th floor, walking around saying, hey. But yeah, I think so. I'd be done. Yeah, I'd be. I think McDonald's is hiring down the street. I don't know of any.
I would think
haunted McDonald's.
I'm sure people want to stay in that hotel for that reason, though. I would think room 1010 would probably get requested.
Sure. Oh, why not? People want to do that. But that was good. It was good. It was a good time. We walked to grab dinner, a couple beers, coming back. What night it was, and anyway, right outside the hotel, as me and my friend are walking up, there are like 3 or 4 cop cars with the lights going on. Like, oh, geez, something's going up. What's going on? And so we get up there. There was an incident. Trying to figure out what's going on. They got some guy pinned on the hood of the car. Right, they're holding him down. They got like 5 guys. They got like 5 guys holding this guy down. Looking around, being kind of nosy. I look down. There's some handcuffs on the ground. Okay, there's a hand right in front of the handcuffs, and there's like a little pool of blood. So I'm like, okay, call me curious. Right? Let's. So we just kind of trying to talking to the bellhop guy standing out there. What's the story? And we get a little bit of it. And apparently, this guy, whoever it was, mouthed off or started some trouble down the street at a bar with some bouncers, and I don't know. So once he kind of moves something. I could see that guy was bleeding, so he's kind of on the head. And I'm looking and say, that guy looks kind of big. And I'm talking to my friend and said, I could just see like one leg. I'm like, that guy's he's kind of thick, And they got like 5 guys sitting on this guy, keeping him down and talking to him and doing whatever. And then one of them, I guess, had his ID or something at the whatever. And he calls him, says, come on, Vitaly. The guy's name was Vitaly. As soon as he said that, I looked at my friend and said, oh, brother. Man, you're dealing with either Ukrainian or Russian or whatever. I said, that guy, he's had vacations rougher than this. I mean, like, I'm sorry, that may be stereotyping, but when
my sister, my sister's last name is now, her married name is Vitaly.
Okay, well, I don't know if it was I don't know if it was his first name or last name. I think it was his first name. But it's like, oh yeah, oh dude, you talking with a different breed of tough right here. And this guy, man, no. He was enjoying this. He was like, and you just look at him and thinking, okay, how
probably wasn't his first.
No,
the police
might not have been his first arrest that night for all I know, but he, you just got to look at these guys and you're thinking, all right, you got 5 guys on you. You are handcuffed behind your back.
And you're still not convinced they got you.
Dude, you ain't Jack Reacher. What are you doing? Well, maybe he is. I don't know. So they finally got him in the car. I don't know. We watched it for a while. It was moderately entertaining. And
yeah, that's the whole thing. Whenever you see those type of incidents, it becomes, I'm always curious, but where do you cross the line of, I go from I'm just a curious bystander to now I'm in the middle of accidentally in the middle of this and become a nuisance.
Well, I'm not staying totally out of the way of the cops, but I've got running commentary standing on the side, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If Vitaly would have broken free, I'd have run as fast as I'd have run if that ghost would have sat on the bed when I was there.
He's sitting beside you.
All right. I'm just here to comment. I ain't jumping on that guy. I don't care. I don't care if he is.
Get him.
Yeah, really. Thank you, officer. And that's when it makes you realize, like, man, being a cop, geez, that's, these guys just want to, can we just get through the night?
Home at night, man.
Can we just get through the night? Really, really? And the other thing I did say to several people, I said, back before the ages of everybody's got a phone, everybody's got a camera, this would have been over a long time ago.
Yeah. Instead of videotaping people to help.
Oh, it had been over a long time ago. It had been one of these situations of here's what's gonna happen, man. You're gonna get in the car and we're gonna go somewhere, or you're not gonna remember the next 3 hours. Like, we have ways of right. But that doesn't happen
Accidentally
anymore.
gonna break your knee.
No, they got to stand there and take abuse and then nobody was abusing the cops. Everybody was sort of like, yeah, good, but what you gonna do? You want to walk over and volunteer.
Yeah.
Say, officer, I know you can't do it. You got a taser? I'll tase him. I'm going back to Texas tomorrow. He won't find me. Good night, Vitaly. Have a good night.
Talking about law enforcement and stuff. So, we talked extensively last week about the big Garth Brooks concert at LSU, which did create an earthquake, by the way.
It did. I heard.
But Monday at work, some people were talking about it, and this one girl starts to let people know that, hey, nobody knows this, but in the scoreboards at LSU, there are sharpshooters positioned in there. And in case an event breaks out. So if there is and everybody starts running, you want to just sit down, because that way you're not going to get caught in the mayhem and get shot in the crowd.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I'm just doing this.
Who was this Mensa?
She works there.
Oh, you think so? There was some truth to it? Get out of here.
No. She works at where I work.
Oh, okay.
So as soon as she left the room, I told the guy she was talking to, I said, there ain't no sharpshooters in there, dude. Just don't believe that crap. Look at the scoreboard. How would a sharpshooter get in there?
That's how they get you, man. They hire ninjas. They hire ninjas to get up there. I got a buddy of mine texting me. He was at a well-known restaurant. I'm not going to call it out. It's an older place in Thibodeau. Starts with a P, ends with a Z. You figure it out. And he was there with some guys a couple of weeks ago, and he said, middle of the day, whatever, and he gets a Miller High Life. Him and a friend order a Miller High Life. He said he gets them, and he starts sipping. He goes, kind of darker than he would think. Like I was like, kind of, Miller High Life opens it up, and he says, starts taking a few sips of, and he's like, yeah, it tastes like a Miller High Life. Something. And he looked at the date. It was from 2019.
Well, it was the middle of the day in there where I've been there in the middle of the day. It's generally pretty dark. So
I tell you, it's like,
he probably had to pull out his phone flashlight to check it out.
Oh man, it's like apparently Miller High Life is not quite like wine. It doesn't get better after a few years.
My brother-in-law used to work at in Napoleonville. There used to be I guess a little Miller distributorship there in Napoleonville, and you could get the outdated beer. They give you that for parties and stuff. So,
come on,
if you knew somebody,
that's awesome. That's
wasn't 3 years outdated, but
well, for the most part, yeah, it's not. It's probably the same distributor that I'm thinking of. We used to have some JC friends. These JCs met at this beer distributor, the warehouse. They just let them have the space, and these guys just let them. They always had open kegs. There was just like always something tapped, and they were just basically told them, "Yeah, have what you want." And I used to think, man, it'd be good to be, back in the day of the party balls and stuff like that. But they just, yeah. So I don't tend to look at the born on dates on my beer, but there you go.
Need to start.
Well, we did that. I might have told you that again. We've done like about 1,000 of these podcasts now, but there was one time my friend Kurt and I were in. What's the one? Is it Renee's in Thibodeau? I guess it's Renee's.
Yeah.
You got Red Goose.
Renee's and the Red Goose, and then what's the other one? Gosh.
I think it was
the one next to Renee's.
Yeah, whichever one of those.
Yeah.
And
somebody let us know.
Yeah, and I just on a whim said, this was again a long time ago. Said, you got any Schlitz? The bartender was like, what? Schlitz, man. We want a couple of cans of Schlitz. And he's like, I don't think I'm a look. I don't. And dude, they must have some old guys that kind of go through there all the time. He dug. He found 2 cans of Schlitz in the back of their cans. May have had rust on them for all I know. Like, you really
the
want
type of the pull tab that you could shoot
Man, I don't know. I don't remember that part of it, but I do know there were some dusty cans. There were some cold, dusty cans that, and here's a great thing about Schlitz. You know, what's that old line? It can never go back because it was never really that good.
Right. just as bad old as it does new.
It tastes kind of Schlitzy, actually.
Yeah, that's an appropriate name. That was the first beer I drank. I don't know why.
I just remember back when we were kids, I think it was Schlitz, whatever, but the cans used to be, you used to have to be a man to crush a can, right?
Yeah.
Or the stuff they did, because those cans were, there's some weight to those things. But
yeah, you wasn't shotgunning the Schlitz by popping your key in there or something.
No, dude, you didn't. And you put that can to your mouth, you're gonna cut you. I mean, that was but so we all, every week it seems like we dog Baton Rouge a little bit for crime, and you know, as we are.
Why not?
Hey, listen, I got to be careful. I'm here in Sugar Land, right? And we got, you know, it's a big enough place that we got some issues, dude. So we're doing this on a Saturday morning again. On Thursday night, apparently around 10 o'clock, and there's a AAA, one of the Houston Astros AAA baseball teams is down the street. It's down the street. We hear the fireworks. Yeah. It's along my walk. Whenever I go, I walk. The creek I walk by with the big alligators and stuff. That's all right there. So apparently on Thursday night, while there's a game going on, there's a big crowd across the street. When I say across the street, not like a highway, just a neighborhood type of street. There's a townhouses, apartment complex, whatever. And so apparently somebody saw people stealing catalytic converters. So, you know, that's the thing, right? So, yeah. So shout out to Sugar Land Police. Sugar Land Police are on the scene pretty quick. So minds of criminals. All right. So you got 4 of these guys. Apparently, so they go running. They go running, and 3 of them jump in the creek. Apparently, now you've seen the pictures I've put. There's a 12-foot alligator. There's a 12-footer in there. I know there are several 8s and 9s. There's some big gators in this thing. Well, they go in there, and this other guy apparently runs. They said the police report or the news said into the woods. I don't know what kind of wood. I can show you. They ain't woods. There's a few trees, right? You pick the wrong woods to try to hide in. And again, it's nighttime. So, you know what the cops do? Man, don't run from cops. They put a drone up. Okay. Apparently the cops now, they got drones. They just throw up there and they go, you know, find you. So they locate this guy, catalytic converter, like one of the 4. What's this guy do? Pulls a gun. How'd it end?
Drone?
No, he pulled the gun.
Drone shot him?
No, when the cops started moving on. So the drone found him. So the cops knew where he was. And then, you know, went to, say, hey, night over. Dude pulls a gun. Did not end well. But all right. So
it depends on your definition of well.
So, yeah, well, man, this is the world we're living in. So this news gets out there. And I don't know. I think they didn't report on the other 3 guys. I don't know if they're at large.
They got eaten.
Alligators might have got them. That would just make the story even happier, right? But you know, you read the comments on. You can tell where we are as a society and how people are just fed up with stuff. Because you know, there are some places. Oh man, if the cops have to do anything, oh, why do you have to do that? That was uncalled for. Why would somebody? The
catalytic converter should let him go.
Yeah, right. Is somebody's life worth a catalytic converter? Well, that was sort of his choice, right? I mean, that was
apparently his was.
You know, and who only knows what these guys or this guy had? Because these days,
it probably wasn't their first crime.
More than likely, right? And what goes through your head when you think the move is, I'm along a creek. I'm barely covered. I got cops everywhere. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna Butch and Sundance this out of here.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Right. So, but so the story, and I just couldn't help myself. I clicked on the comments. Oh man, just the opposite of the. Yeah, just the opposite of the. Oh, why would you? It was like, good. We should have got the other 3. Holy Gators gone. I mean, just this long list of people saying, thank you, Sugar Land Police, for, It's like people about had enough of losing their catalytic converters. They got to shut that stuff down. I guess you said it's happening around Baton Rouge and
Oh
everywhere as
yeah,
well, huh?
yeah. It's about a 5-minute job. Yeah, crawl up under a car with a battery operated saw, cut it off and go.
Okay, but they got to bring them somewhere.
There, it's for the metal.
Right.
There's some metal that's in it. So yeah, that's the
Somebody's buying this stuff. Those are the people.
They're not stealing it to put it on their car.
Correct. Those are the people you got to go nail, right? It's like anything else. You got to stop the, right? It ain't worth nothing to you. You ain't going to walk into a food town with a catalytic converter saying, "Hey,
yeah, 2 cans of peas, please.
want to buy me a 6-pack of Schlitz with this, please? Can we do it?" But speaking of what stuff costs too, we're kind of circling here. The last time we spoke, I was going to a gala, a gala, whatever.
Did you buy something?
Man, no. Here's where it was actually. It actually ended up being less stress for me because I was out of my league, man. Or I don't know what league. I might have been in somebody's league, but like there were some people there. They just, man, they gonna spend some money, and it's the best way to do these things because people they get a little loose, they get a little they get some liquid courage and liquid
free spirited with their money.
Yes, and man, you ain't playing with this game. I put so there was a signed Pele jersey, and I don't even know why I said. And there's a lot of stuff there. I'm like, Pele, kids like soccer. Yeah. I don't know what it's gonna cost. I think I put a few $100 silent bid on that, and then there was a signed Jamar Chase LSU helmet. So I texted some friends of mine saying, "Hey, how much is it worth?" And they were like, whatever, dude. So forget that. I mean, I'll put high bids on both of them. And think of painting my wife and I just you can do it knowing it's that kind of stand. Later in the night, they got a professional auctioneer out there. This guy's pro. He's good. He's like, man, you can tell. Like, man, these guys, they must get a commission on what they get because, man, they can milk money. I mean, these guys are expert.
That's true. I bet they do.
They are expert at getting some big bids out of people. Well, one of these things, and I'm not going to get into it, it was a school. And again, the perfect thing is when you have grandparents there and the supporters of whatever, and they probably would just donate money anyway. Uh-huh. But they came down to, you could get a cut to the front of the line for the school pickup lane. And apparently this school has, all right. So sounds like a cool thing. Sounds like the kind of thing back in the day I'd have done, like, oh yeah, man. I mean, one time we bought a parking spot for my wife with the elementary school we went to. Just you have a spot to park, it's expensive, but it's one of those perks.
Yeah.
So they auctioned off.
Make your kid feel good.
They auctioned off. You can cut to the front of the line to pick up your kid after school. What do you think that went for? I'll give you the perspective of what
a couple grand.
Try again.
5,000.
Try again.
10.
Try again.
Oh no. I'm not even going to keep going.
Okay, and it gets worse. $17,000 and won. And then he turned around to the guy that was bidding with the other one and said, "We'll match it. We'll give you another one for 17." 2 people bought spots, 17 per. And I'm laughing. I'm sitting there going, I'd want a discount because by default, one of y'all's not first.
Yeah, I'm driving mine at 16.5.
One of y'all just bought second. You still got to race the other guy there or whoever.
Yeah, but I'm like you. Just give the money. No.
Oh man!
And I guess it makes it fun.
It is what. But look, I was sitting there going, and hey, and exactly. That's what this all is. It's people that are there, and that's when you realize I'm sitting there going, "Oh, this is all good. I'm gonna just sit there and eat my chicken and go." Man, it's fun to be in a place like I ain't got to worry.
Probably not getting that helmet.
Don't be holding it, please. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of funny. You hang around. All right, there you go. That's and I guarantee you the people that bought it they don't have kids in the school. It's I guess
they won't be using it.
It's for their grandkids or whatever. And you just go, okay, man, you hiring? I want.
Can I go around and bid for you a place?
It's all good. All for a good cause. But yeah, it's always good to get Reality slapped you away. Like, dang.
So, you're talking about Jamar Chase and everything. Well, so last night at graduation, Elijah, my son, all of a sudden hear him scream, "Hey Herb, can I get a picture of graduation?" And I don't follow basketball, but Herb Jones is a really high performing, or was this season, rookie for the Pelicans. And I
Okay.
guess he's from Alabama, went to Alabama. So I snagged a picture. This guy's like 6'7", and Elijah's about 5'4".
Yeah, I saw the
So,
picture. Yeah,
yeah.
I saw the were they in class? They had classes together or something? You just knew him or just
No, Elijah follows basketball,
okay.
and saw him, and saw him passing and just yelled at him.
There you go.
So said, "You go, boy."
Yeah. Was he just he wasn't graduating, right? He was just there to
No, I think he went to Alabama, so he may have somebody who was there. I don't know. I don't get that deep in the details. I just took the picture.
whatever, son. Go do it. Go do it. You know what I did? I finally broke down and did. I got hired somebody to do my lawn.
Oh, look at you,
I
man!
know, man. It's sort of bittersweet. I sort of
Big
figured
spender.
not really. And it's what happened was when I got the price from these people, I'm like, I almost felt stupid doing it. Like, because it takes me whatever. And my neighbor, this is gonna be he's a good neighbor and everything. But I remember we had we ended up having this crew. Remember I told you we wanted to get some yard work done, and I had this pro come in and show all the stuff he wanted to do. Guy gave us like a $5,000 bid
Yeah.
to do our flower beds, and I'm like, "What? You kidding me?" And then my
It's just
neighbor,
my house, not the whole neighborhood.
yeah, no joke. I didn't want you to paint the house too. I just wanted you to. So my neighbor here, again, good guy, but I know he's thrifty. Let me just say that, it's thrifty. And I figured, there's no way he's paying a lot of money to whatever the crew is. And I've seen them and they do pretty good work and whatever. So, and my wife thought to ask them about, mulching some of the, like basically just said, this is what we have somebody else do. And they came in for, it was embarrassing. I've never tipped so much on a job just because I don't think you guys are properly.
You felt bad?
Yeah. Like, I don't think you guys are properly charging for the amount of work they put in, but a couple of really, good dudes. And then I asked them, I said, how much for, the yard and to cut edge, do whatever. And he gave me the price. I mean, dude, it's like, I felt stupid for never doing it before. I'm like, what? I'm going to make my son pay for that. I mean, that'd be part of room and board. But
we've had lawns. Well, now I always said I live in a townhouse, so I don't have enough grass to cut and would warrant it. But other people do for some reason. In townhouses, they pay lawn service it takes me 15 minutes to do mine. But I can remember at the house we had before, we had a pool in the backyard. So I would feel bad and guilty if when we were laying in the pool, the lawn service came.
Oh, that's terrible. I know. I feel bad now too. If I'm here, I'll go.
I would prefer if they were there when I weren't home.
Yeah, I'll bring them water and lemonades or whatever. Like, yeah, exactly. I know I'm paying you to be here, but I can't. And
I don't think I'm better than you.
Yeah, well, I know exactly. I mean, but the sad part too is that I look at it and realize, oh, they do a much better job than I was doing. Like they really do. Well, they use machines that actually, I used to do like a mulch kind of machine. They actually use the bags and then they blow everything out after. And, you don't realize like, oh, okay. That's a couple of old guy conversation right here. Huh? It's like my yard.
Because I would always get to the point where, when it was time to blow the stuff off the driveway, like I was tired. It's like, man, I'm done. Yeah, it's going to rain tomorrow. The wind will come up. I'll take care of it.
Rain will get it. But yeah, so I gotta figure out something else to do because I've been all this time saying, I mow my own grass. I'm one of the few people in my neighborhood that mow my own grass until the guys tell you, well, we'll do it for this, and it's like, okay, never mind.
one of the people in my neighborhood that are stupid enough to mow my own grass.
Exactly. I want to walk over to the one other guy I see doing his yard work and say,
bro,
you're not cheap. You're not hire these guys. And that's all I did with my neighbor. I said, same day when you come, because our yards are real clean. Just
especially, I think those guys, obviously the more yards they can get in one neighborhood, the lower their cost. is on them because they're not
Especially
having to
these
travel
days
there.
with gas. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love me. I'm such a Cajun. So he's doing this and I'm thinking I got all kinds of gas in big uh, uh,
Jugs.
containers, big jugs, big jugs, big them 5-gallon things behind my garage that I've, and I'm not gonna need that anymore. Because the generator I
How
got,
much you give me for that gas?
no, I gave it to him. I went out there and just like I felt bad. It's kind of funny. And I got to remind myself, dude, you are paying these guys to do this, but I still feel guilty. Like I got 2 guys doing my yard. Here, man, I got some gas. You want some gas? Here, keep the cans. You'll go ahead and.
Yeah, but that is the whole. It's again talking about my dad, and I think it's the Cajun bringing up, or the way you're brought up, and my dad cannot watch people work without him joining in. Physically impossible.
Yeah, I can. I see that. I try to stay out the way now. When I get people working on other things in my house, my wife will tell me, you got to stop talking to these people because you're adding an hour to every job.
Yeah, paid by the hour, man.
Yeah, we had some plumbers in here, just major. I think avoided major work, but man, yeah, I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated by, you're going to use those cameras? All right, watching the camera when they're down there in your line. It's like watching like a heart surgery or something when you just don't. Please don't find anything. Please don't find anything.
That means nothing, right? We good.
Yeah. Well, they found, and where it was, long story. It's a job. I told you this one before. I think we had to have something a few years ago. Cost me like $6,000, man. They had to dig under the house. Yeah, that's the joys of a slab house. Growing up, you thought all the rich people lived. We lived on blocks, man. If I could build my own house now, dude, like on stilts, on blocks.
All right, that way you could stand up under it.
I'd have a house built exactly on at least on blocks above the ground, and there'd be a drain line clean out on every. It'd be the most bizarre looking plumbing situation in the world, but you wouldn't have to go more than 20 feet to snake whatever. Where's their cloth? Get that out of there.
I'll cap that line right here, man.
Yeah. So apparently same thing. And there's some good dudes. I got some roots. Coming through something. It's like, so they were able to, do a little deal. And now it's, back and forth. Well, just kind of keep some bleach down there and salt, pour some salt in the drain every now and then to kind of keep the roots from, it's funny it's one of those things like you can either remember doing this or come in and jackhammer the slab. And
that's the kind of thing I'd set a reminder on my phone for.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my wife's like, I think we're gonna invest in a lot of bleach and salt and
just flush the toilet, pour some down.
Yeah. Nothing. Yeah, I should see if we have the pictures of it.
Flush it with bleach.
Send to there. You go. Yeah. Hope you die, tree. There you go. Whichever one, can't even know which one it's coming from, but there you go. First world problems, man. First world problems. All right. Tell people
spending the money.
Tell people that all the time. The stuff you complaining about the most, the stuff you busted your butt to get.
Right? Exactly.
Man, I want to own a house one day. Hey, congratulations.
Yeah, everything's $1,000.
That's pretty much.
Yeah.
How much is that? $1,000.
$1,000.
Especially
ballparking $1,000.
Especially these days. Did you get your?
If it's 500, that means next time it's going to be 1,500. So you can ballpark it at 1,000.
Yeah, and we just take it now. It's like, well, inflation.
Yeah. Young guy at my work bought a house about 2 weeks ago, and I congratulated him this week. I said, you should feel good about yourself now that interest rates are going up. You're saving money.
Jeez.
Look at it that way.
We'll break this down. We got time next week. I'll give you I'll explain to the Dave and Juan audience what the heck's going on in the world and why they got it all messed up. That's assuming we don't poke Russia enough that they blow the world up between now and then. Because that's what they're trying to do now. That's what they're trying to do now.
It's everybody.
You know what's great strategy? What's great strategy is when you tell the world, yeah, man, we doing all that.
Yeah, remember when things they'd criticize you if you kind of revealed your strategy.
Yeah, now it's like, I don't think these guys have ever read Sun Tzu, The Art of War, because they don't do that. I read Sun Tzu back when Wall Street first came out. We all ran out because that was the book that Michael Douglas and Charlie Sheen were talking about. Excuse me. And Sun Tzu didn't say that.
No sneak attacks.
Yeah, that's right. Here's the key.
Yeah, we'll be there Tuesday.
No joke. No joke. All right. Speaking of sneak attack, let's sneak attack out of here. Push the button.
Out of here, man.
See if any of this stuck to tape. Everybody, if you want to reach out to us, some of you do it on social media, which is fine. But if you want to do it, just shoot us a note or talk to us offline. It's Dave and Juan at protonmail.com. Man, there's so many other ways.
So many other ways. Yeah. Every place in the world that has podcasts, we're pretty much there, even Russia. So
you think so? Yeah.
They probably don't allow us there. But if you stream podcasts, there we are. You're probably listening now. So, but check us out everywhere. We're the video post every week on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You can catch that link off of Facebook, or just subscribe, share it, tell your friends, tell everybody. They'll love it.
Chances are, if you're hearing us right now, you already found it. You found it.
Yeah. They'll thank you. We tell you, we tell you you're welcome. You can tell your friends you're welcome.
Get a finder's fee. Get a finder's fee for that. And
I'll
also,
tell you what, you'll make as much as we make. We'll commit to that.
I might have to upgrade to a Zoom Pro.
I'll double my salary.
Oh
every
my!
referral
That's
you
all
get.
right. And look, you just know, as our expenses go up, y'all, we don't pass that on to you. We don't.
It's right.
We're
not the government. We're not.
No, we just eat that. We're good Americans, man. We don't pass any inflation on to you, bro. We just got it. We got that. It's us.
It's sometimes bad internet connections, but hey,
it's us. Yes, that's right. Sometimes we got to cut out in the middle, but hey, just here doing the work that nobody else wants to do. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. Unless we can find somebody else like a yard crew to take over, we can find another David Juan. I'll slip them a few months and say, hey, man, y'all go make a podcast. Go do this.
Yeah, give them a can of Schlitz.
Yeah, exactly. We'll come back later saying, man, they do a much better job than we did. But just a little bit of money. All right. Hey, everybody, you know, we say it all the time. And most of you, I think, are catching on. But understand, it's never a suggestion. It's not a hint.
No, not a request.
No,
not even a passive rule.
No, it's a freaking mandate that you get out there. Yeah,
you gotta do it.
Get out there and have the bestest possible week you can. Report back to us next week. Report back to us, and let's see what you did to have the bestest ever. That said, hey man, safe travels. Doing whatever you're doing. Enjoy the front porch. Beers with your dad. You know, go help that guy with his car if that's what he or his yard.
Clean the yard.
All right. He's over in Alabama. But anyway, man, you guys, congratulations on the graduation, and safe travels coming home. Love you, bro.
See you. Back at you. But you can't find nothing better than that. I said, shut up. You don't know this dude, and that ain't none of your business anyway.
She can't do better than that.
Nah.
Man, look, when you get to an age, you can give advice. You can give relationship advice. You can give mechanics advice, yard work advice.
Yeah, all while sipping a cup of coffee.
Your dad's got the job that I say I want. I just want to walk around helping people.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you how you can do that better. We can fix that.
No.
Yeah, well, yeah, no. It's kind of funny. Sometimes you say, you can't say that.
Yeah, no. Then it's just don't say it loud.